Hello to all you power dads out there. How you doing? On this episode of Path of Profit, we tested the breach strategy in Lex Proxima, and as you can see, the results were real nice. I had a good time, and I think it's a little bit of a throwback to an older time of Path of Exile, where you just kind of go into maps and kill monsters, and it's just really nice. So let's get into it. All right, so what did we do? We went to Lex Proxima, we farmed park maps, and we went real hard on the breaches. The way that the strategy works is we take all of the breach nodes here. Invading force, breaches have 30% increased AoE, increased monster density, and they have more XP. I wanted to make XP and I wanted to level up my character really bad, but I'm still too squishy and I died a lot, so that didn't happen. Gatekeepers, breaches have 100% increased chance to have a boss. The bosses drop more splinters and they can drop a full breach stone. And then within their grasp, the bosses have, I assume, an additional chance to drop a breach stone. The wording is very weird there. And then that breach stone can be upgraded to charged, enriched, or pure. Pure is very nice. Charged and enriched are actually bad. So I'm wondering if that node, luckily we didn't get any charged or enriched, but they're actually worse than regular ones because you cannot upgrade them to pure, and pure is what people value the most. In addition to that, we used the cheap 2 Chaos Breach Zana map mod, which guarantees a breach in every single map. With that, we set up our maps. We chisel, elked, and volled every single map, made sure that they didn't have really bad mods. The ones that ended up volled with mods that we couldn't use, we just put them in a different tab for running with a different character. And then we used polished breach scarabs with a rusted cartographer scarab and a regular sack fragment. So a little bit more setup here than our other strategies that we've done. I've kind of been working on the Power Dad Gaming, the theory of Power Dad Gaming, the PDG theory, where I did this on stream last night, where I chose the words that I used actually intentionally, where, you know, you have power gaming, right? Where a full power gamer, they're sitting there, they have their like 10 spreadsheets open, and they have all their formulas set up, and they're like, okay, I'm making exactly 50 chaos every single map, and if I extrapolate this over XY time, but then I turn that into strategy B, and you know, it gets very, very intense really quickly, and you know, more power literally to the people that do that. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, and I don't go that hard. Dad, the dad in the power dad spectrum is obviously like, if you're full dad gaming, right? You just sit down at the computer. You're like, I'm just going to elk and go. I don't even care what map it is. I just want to kill some monsters. I'm going to go into delve and have a good time or whatever, right? I just want to kill monsters. I don't even care what happens. And then the gaming part of it, you know, since these are financial strategies, how much are we gaming? That's just directly our profits, right? So each one of these strategies that we've done, we can kind of put on the PDG scale and see, you know, which one do we have the most maximized. Drawing this in MS Paint very quickly, it's not the sexiest chart, but I think you get the idea. And so with this strategy, I kind of wanted to see how far I could push power and dad. You know, with all of these, the gaming part of it is, you know, that's what we're testing. That's the experiment, right? But power and dad are what we have kind of control over, where, you know, how much am I willing to sacrifice in terms of investment and time getting it all set up. And then the dad gaming is just like, all right, once the strategy is set up, how chill is it? And I spent a lot of time thinking about what strategy I wanted to test next. And with this one, it's really going pretty hard in both the power and the gaming. Like at a certain point, if you're power gaming hard enough, you know, you're not, there's very little room for dad. Dad is just not coming in that strategy anymore. Phrasing. So, you know, with this strategy, I wanted to, you know, keeping dad on the spectrum, I wanted to make sure that we could see how far we could push the power a little bit higher. But the nice thing about a map where all we're doing is going in and running breach, you know, Dad's hanging out with us too, and there's plenty of dads to go around. I think you know, like you just open the map, it's just go in there, kill the monsters, pop the breaches, pick up the breach splinters, and count your profits afterwards. And it turned out that the gaming was actually really nice afterwards. And in fact, like there isn't too much more setup there. The most important thing, and to go into the full history here with the setup, is actually the watchstones. And I really think watchstones are kind of the people that are full power gamers right now. They know that watchstones are where the power comes from. And I think they're like one of the most powerful tools that have been given to us in recent memory for making the Atlas worth running. Like honestly, like almost more so than the actual nodes on the Atlas itself. Like the watchstones give you so much power. And yeah, so what I did here is I just put in 4 Chayula Breachstones. I have 3 tier 1s. I rolled them all myself. It actually was not that hard to roll. I put in 3 here, and I have a tier 2 as well. And so we have like roughly 350% increased chance to get a Chayula Breach. And I would say we hit roughly 50% of the breaches that we opened were Chayulas. And that's why the money ended up being so solid. Like we got 5 full Chayula Breachstones from running, almost 6 full Chayula Breachstones from doing the strategy in 3 hours. And at the end of the day, the profits that you realize, it's like, can you actually sell those items? And with this type of strategy, it's mostly raw currency maps, which are decent to sell in bulk. They're not that hard. And then breachstones, which they just sell. So it actually worked out really, really nicely. And I'm happy with how the strategy was not that hard to set up. 4 Chayula Breachstones. They're very cheap to buy without Chayula, and then you can just roll them up yourself. And, you grab these nodes. The harvest stuff, like I was gambling for a Sacred Blossom, which they're 2.5 exalts if they drop, but we didn't see a single tier 4 seed. So, I've only seen 2 tier 4 seeds all league, so I wasn't really expecting that. They're pretty darn rare, let's say. So just to show you guys what it's like to actually, how dad is this, right? To actually see what it's like to run the maps. So all I've been doing is you go into the map, you pop the breaches, you see if it's Chayula or not. If it's not, we kind of just kill the first set of monsters here. We don't go too crazy, because we're just trying to be smooth and decently efficient as we're doing it. We just keep going. I was doing rituals. We won't do those right now. Let's and then we just we can keep going if we want, but we can kind of just wait for the other breach to finish. The breach is lasting 30% longer. It does get is a little bit annoying. This is Chayula. So I would say with the 4 Chayula Breachstones, it was roughly 50% of the time that we saw Chayula Breaches. It was very, very common. And just, you got to remember, every single one of these splinters is 1.5 chaos. It adds up really, really quickly. Just 2 of them, you're already profitable over the map device. And, you get like roughly 5 to 10 of them, and you're just from this one breach, and you're already making profit. It feels good. It feels nice. So we pop the breaches, and then we would run to the boss. All right, so as you can see, another breach in this map is already Chayula. It's really like 50% of the time. It's pretty awesome. I wonder if people are doing this. I feel like they must be. There must be people already like just doing this and making solid money all the time, because it's just really, really reliable, and I really enjoyed doing it. I was surprised that the increased chance to get Chayula breaches was this effective. And then we kill the boss. pick up our loot, and we get out. So tallying up our profits, we got roughly 2,600 chaos. This is such a rough estimate. It's been fluctuating. It said 2,700 this morning. It really depends on how it's pricing, like bulk pricing the maps and stuff down there. So like I always say in every video, like this is just a rough estimate. We can just tell like, okay, this is probably more profitable than the one that said 2,000 chaos. We're never going to realize this exact number in profits, but it's just a good way to get a rough estimate of what we can expect to get here. And the most important thing is actually just sorting by price here. And the big ticket items, you look for outliers, like maybe it'll price something like really weirdly, like maybe these div cards don't actually sell, we don't know. But in terms of these things, we know that these are all items that can sell. So 5 Cholula Breachstones, 5 Exalts. Awesome. Like those are, each one is just a pure Exalt. So like we know we got minimum 5 actual Exalts just from that. 3 Ultimatum's Breachstones, that's 1 more Exalt. Reliquary Key, that sells. Scarabs, they sell. And then, in fact, this is a sleeper, I think. There's a lot of sleeper stuff that I've been finding doing these tests. But Shaper Guardian maps, they seriously sell. They're really, really good money. And if you sell them in bulk, like you can sell them for 15 or 16 chaos at 10 each. And then the real sleeper that Excellence does not show is these Elder Guardian maps, especially the good ones like Atoll. These sell for like 20 to 25 chaos. It is super, super undervaluing them. It just thinks it's an Atoll map. It is not looking at this as if it is an Elder Guardian map. These are like 20 to 25 chaos. They're incredible. So, this is also just like in basically every single test, I've been running it with this setup. Remnants of the Past. This is so much extra money from the Guardian maps. People buy them up like candy. Like I cannot recommend it enough. Enduring Influence, this just saves us 25% or value on our sextants. It gives us 33% more value out of each sextant, which is really, really great when we're using 4 chaos each sextants. Secrets of the Stone, it just makes the Watchstone so much stronger. So like when this says 95% increased chance, it's actually closer to 120% chance. Like, so we're actually like over 400% increased Cholula here. And then Neural Pathways, in the off chance that we get a synthesis map, it's so rare that like whatever. I'm really not, Adaptractor is probably the best choice here. In addition, if you want to be killing Cirrus, I'm trying to keep that eliminated from the strategies that we're doing right now. So I would probably change Neural to Adaptractor if I were, just playing normally here. So going back to the profits, I would just say this is really, really good. And in fact, I've found that some people with the Atoll strategy had some issues with, maybe they didn't have an Essence tab to easily upgrade them, which I totally feel you. That I cannot imagine upgrading essences without an essence tab. Like I just go boom, 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 boom. I click upgrade and I do this. Otherwise, you have to sell them 3 at a time to the vendor and just like yeesh. And so like, yeah, when you're selling essences, you got to sell them in bulk, fully upgraded. So that's like where a lot of the profits come from. Just a little throwback there. So other than that, like this is just really easy one-to-one sales. No big deal. I think I'm very happy with that, and this will be a strategy that I continue to use the rest of the league. So yeah, overall pretty simple strategy. There's a little bit more preparation in terms of mostly the currency involved by buying the sextant, all the scarabs. But other than that, it's just toss a map in and kill monsters, get easy to sell profits, and have a good time while you're playing. So yeah, if you liked it, like the video, and if you have any comments or anything, like I answer every single YouTube comment, literally. I have not been sleeping too much because I've been, all you wonderful people have been commenting a lot, and I answer every single one. I just love to chat about different strategies and whatever, or, feel free to ask me a question wherever you can find me. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, subscribe, and there will be more in this series and similar things like it. So thanks. Catch you next time.